Hello everyone, Justice Cury here. I brought a special guest along, Brock. Brock loves MOC Masters of the Universe, and he wanted to share this very special moment and help me out with some things that I'm going to show you shortly. But what I wanted to share with you was capturing the moment of opening the last piece of my mint on card He-Man collection. Yes, folks, you heard it. The very last piece to collect a full Masters of the Universe run. And then Brock and I are going to take a quick pause, reorganize my man room closet display area, if you will, and then show you all the beautiful of all of the mint on card in one place. So Brock, we're going to set that right here. Mind handing me that killer blade, if anybody knows what this knife, what TV show this knife is famous for, put in the comments below. Alright, Brock. My buddy, I'm just going to call him Ryan because I don't know if he wants to be called up. He saw my Facebook post when I was begging my friends going, I need one more piece. And literally, this piece that I'm going to show you was not on eBay. It's pretty darn rare. I mean, it's not the rarest, but it's unusual.
Doesn't come around that often.
Exactly, doesn't come around that often. So, we got some... I hate people. Why? Why? Come on. Do you hate me? I mean, what? Oh, my, look at this.
Whatever
look
it
at
takes
this.
to get here safely.
Jeez, oh, Pete. What did I do with that knife? I don't remember. Okay. All right. Folks, you're witnessing the first step on the moon, the equivalent. History in the making. Whoa, he even sent me a fancy case that I can... Alright, Ryan did me right. But he also put some packaging inside. Let me see if I can quickly remove the packaging to show you all. It's like taking apart a Rubik's Cube, which my friend Brock will... Oh, he taped it! Didn't you know I was going to do a live video? You know what? How about this? We're going to display this figure in a moment, but I wanted, while Brock takes it apart. So far, I have all of them, minus one, which Brock is carefully taking apart right now. And then all these ones that came just recently that I think will fit, hopefully will fit back there. This was the second to the last one. Oh, what a pain in the butt. There's none on eBay. None of my friends had them. Actually, one guy had one, and the bubble was attached sideways. I've never seen it before, but the bubble was literally crooked, canted on the card back. Strange. My favorites ones, though, up there are... You know what? I'm going to save it. Let's pause. Did Brock get it out there? All right. Look at the last... Oh! Look how...
That is super clear, unpunched.
Crispy. Oh my goodness. Flying Fist He-Man. Oh, wow. Unpunched. Let's check out the back of it.
I don't think you can find one better than this.
I think you're right, Brock. There is not one better than this. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We're signing off for a moment. We're going to get that room straightened out, and we'll show you here very shortly. All right?
Yep.
Woo. And we're back. Brock and I spent hours upon hours meticulously figuring out where each He-Man figure goes on the wall of glory, the mint on wall that you're about to see. So come with us on a journey of epic. Yes, I know the first thought in your mind is, this dude needs better lighting. You are correct, but you are also correct in thinking, oh my goodness, he has a full mint on card. Alright, so I'm panning around, but how about I just go slowly from one end to the other so you can see them all. Does that sound like a plan?
Perfect.
Alright. Brock, you can see the noticeable height difference in us. I'm 6'5", so he's really tall. So the ones that are way up there, look at, that's how far I can reach. He was able to use his Stretch Armstrong powers and get them up there. So, let's start at the bottom. What I do not care about are the movie versions. What's up, cat? The movie, Blade, Gwildor, and was it Sarad? Not a big fan because I didn't have them as a child, so they go down there. Manny Faces, Stratos, which was a fun one to get, Stinkor, Merman, which I coincidentally traded for a Megator box to my friend John Dimiano, and then a week later he sold me back the Merman because he upgraded it. Crazy, I know. Web store, but I love the stories. I mean, it's not about just the toys that I'm showing you right now. It's about hanging out, you know, with my new great friend Brock. We're sharing our history. We're talking about what each toy means to us. He's saying, yeah, you know, my dad bought me this when we were at such and such place, and I'm telling him about, you know, my grandmother bringing one over and which ones I had, which ones were my favorite. Like I loved well, I almost said Roberto. Roboto. And the internal workings of him. You're probably like, this guy's ridiculous. Real Blast I don't care about, so he kind of was tucked in the corner. Moss Man, we were also discussing about how you open them from the package and the air instantly makes them dirty. I mean, any carpeting, they should make him a cleaning product. You just rub him on any surface and he will suck up every piece of lint, string. He'll find things for you. Buzzsaw Hordak, which we were having a conversation. Someone mentioned that there was a pull string like Dragster had, something similar to this. And I was like, oh, he had it. I remember it as a child. Look, there's a spot on his back. And I'm like, no, he didn't. And we had a fun conversation. 8-back, which I don't care about. I don't care if he's a 150-back, which they didn't make, or 12-back, or an 8-back. I just like them being on the card. I like the artwork. I love the feeling that it gives me. And if you're watching, you understand, or you're about to embark on this journey. Such a sweet figure. Ram Man was a pain in the butt to find. Whatever plastic they used on the bubble.
On the bubble.
It yellowed. I mean,
Triclops.
Triclops. You find a Triclops with a clear bubble. Congratulations. Yeah. But it's probably the same manufacturer, same time frame, and you know, a hint of sunlight will turn them to yellow, and they become brittle. You know, if exposed to the sunlight for a while. You can see some of them, you know, have a little hint of yellow or full-blown yellow. Like Triclops, it took me a while to find one in that well of a condition because some of them were so yellowed you could barely see the darn figure. Like sharing stories. I was telling Brock, growing up, I never had an original He-Man or Skeletor. I just had the battle damage versions of them, which was rare, but not rare, but unique. But everyone has their own story. And tell me your story. Put in the comments which one was your favorite figure. It's fun to discuss them and share these types of fun stories. Kind of have the crew all together. Randor, Tila, Prince Adam, Man-at-Arms, Stondar. Was it Rockon? Rockon! Missing some Zolo cases, as you can see. Brock was filling me in. I never even... you're probably going to unsubscribe to me when you hear this. I didn't watch the cartoon growing up. Like, literally, I grew up in the backwoods. We didn't have a TV. We'd had a TV, but we had 3 channels. And I never got to experience He-Man cartoon. You know, I'd go to my friend's house who had cable, and I'm like, oh, I get to see He-Man. And I'd watch maybe 2-3 episodes my entire childhood, but my information was just my imagination. Right. My imagination, my grandma gave it to me. I'm 4 years old, I'm 5 years old, 6. I couldn't read. I still can't read. And so I wasn't reading the comics. I was staring at the pictures all the time. But I created my own little world. Like, I didn't know who was good. Moss Man was a bad guy in my world. And then the Horde was my people. I loved the Horde. Mantena was... Love Mantena. Leech, would stick them to windows all the time. The Snake Men, even though they're neat, I didn't own any of these snake men. I mean, except Cobra Khan, which you can argue is not a snake man. He's a traitor. Mosquito. Oh, everyone wants the Horde. How many vintage Horde loose figures are you up to, Brock?
I'm at 62 loose troopers.
So you want to know, and watch my army building video. I have one from a month ago, and I talk about army building G.I. Joes and touch on He-Man figures as well. But the reason that figures like this are so expensive are because of people like him that has what?
62.
62! And on average, they go for what? 40 bucks.
Yeah, 40,
but they
50.
go up. They're high demand because there's a lot of people just like him that want to have a bunch. And me too. You know, I have, 1, 2,
4 or 5 of them.
3, 4. Yeah, I have a few. You know, I don't go crazy, but if I see him someplace, I grab onto him.
That I'll try to get from you.
And then he's actually took one before from me. He's like, yoink. But they're neat, and some people just like creating armies, and I do so with other toy lines. But I digress. All right, for the main shot, I put a couple of them that I'm not too fond of. But these darn deluxe cases brought the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, Terror Claw, Skeletor, Thunder Punch, He-Man. Loved me some Dragon Blaster Skeletor growing up. Oh, I don't want to show you the next one. Don't look. Avert your eyes. We're going to take him down. Brock, if you do the honor with your Stretch Armstrong powers. Hurricane Hordak. Flying Fist He-Man, which you saw me unravel. Yeah, let's take both down. Rotard, Twistoid. And I ran out of room, so I threw these two later in the run series. Ninjor and Extendor. They're neat, but they can go over there. So the main event. This was about impossible to obtain. The laser power, or also called laser light He-Man. This is the Spanish version. It only came out in Spain. And then there was another version that came out in what? Italy. But Italy had something unique about it, which was
the Dolph head.
The Dolph Lundgren, who played He-Man in the 1987 87 adaptation of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. So they made a Dolph Lundgren head, which I'll show you real quick, and then we'll come back. The Dolph head is in my display case. So there's the Spanish version, laser power Skeletor, and then the Dolph Lundgren movie head. Oh, yes, I'll come back. I'll come back and show him something in a moment. But this came out of a factory case. The dude, crispy, in one collector's hands. He told me the story that he was in a toy store, late 80s, opened it up in Germany, and it was a factory case of 4 of these suckers. He bought all 4 of them, were in his collection, and now he's selling off his collection. I was able to obtain 2 of these. 2! I paid a mortgage payment buying just one of them, more than a mortgage payment, and then the second one went to my friend in town here. Which is bizarre that 2 of these incredible specimens are in the same county. The artwork is fairly unique. I love it. I mean,
I wish they still put it on figures today.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice if they put them on
all
figures?
Computer and
Exactly. Again, later in the line, these came out. Were not released in the U.S., just Spain and Italy, because Motu fans were still buying up the products there. So I love them. But you know what?
They were released with 2 other quite sought-after figures.
You know what? Brock, let's grab those. Can you grab the boxes? Perfect. So while we're showing you mint on card, we'll also show you 2 other figures that were exclusive to Italy and Spain, as I'm dropping things here and there and everywhere. Let's first show the boxes. So this is a Titus, the Giant. See, there's There's Hero down there and Titus, and this was set before the He-Man universe. Not universe, but Preternia. Thank you. There's a whole story that goes along with it. Love it, love it. Then, what I traded a Merman and another Mint on Card figure to my good friend. He relinquished a highly sought after Megator box, which took me years to find. Because who's going to sell me a box or trade me a box without the figure? Not many people. People want to keep the figures and boxes together. So getting it was a miracle. Love the artwork again. So let's check out the figures themselves. In my case, there's a type. He's got some I think his arm moves and has like a spring action, which obviously I'm not going to take out. This weapon, very fragile. I've heard horror stories about him falling. My pre-production 1979 Alien that they removed from stores, but there's a story that goes along with that. Came from an employee. Megator, his leg has a kicking function, spring-loaded. Very beautiful. Look at that face. How could you not love that face? What's this, Brock? Tell me about this. Camo Con.
Top Toys release.
Correct. Top Toys. Argentina. So Argentina had the molds for Masters of the Universe, so they did some variation to it. So what's different about this from our Cobra Con?
He has buzz off arms.
Yep.
And he has the camo paint job.
Correct. Look at that chest piece.
Yep, and the snake men symbol on his chest.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. Again, a toy dealer in Argentina was able to hook me up with this, and I've learned some keys, and I'll share with you because I learned it in another YouTube video, that these are highly faked. But one way to know if it's real or not is to pop off the arm, which I did myself, because if they just painted a Buzz-Off's arm, obviously underneath the green paint would be what?
Brown.
Be brown. So you scrape off a little bit of the inside to make sure that it was actually molded in the screen to realize that it's real. And then obviously knowing the source, trusted sources are Havoc Staff. From what I've learned, and again I'm just digressing because I love He-Man and he loves He-Man, and if you're watching this and you've watched it this long, you probably have a strong inkling to He-Man yourself. So I'll just keep talking. We'll just keep talking about He-Man. Havoc Staff, from what I understand, and again it came from a very trusted seller in the MO2 community, is that this Havoc Staff was pre-production. Many of them, not many, but a handful of them were molded in the factory. I'm sure I don't know enough about the pre-production process, but they do test to make sure that it looks right, there's no imperfections in it before they mass produce them. So this was not an original plastic because, as you well know, this was molded in what color? Purple, yes, Skeletor's. It's fun. It's just a fun piece of history to have. We're going to do more videos. I'm going to do more videos. Brock's along for the ride. We're going to be friends forever. So let's go into the room to have this as our backdrop before we sign off. All right. For all you MO2 lovers out there, we're here for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment, to subscribe, to like, to message me. Keep on collecting.
Good journey.
Good journey. Take care, guys.